Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Neurodiverse Wrestling Obsessed. I'm your host John Arroyo and it's Money in the Bank season, y'all. It's the beginning of summer. WWE is looking really good. RAW and SmackDown was so good and they killed it before Money in the Bank. So let's get right into it. So we kick things off with CM Punk coming out. He says he's a 2-time Money in the Bank winner and he's going to win his qualifier match later in the show to be a 3-time Money in the Bank winner. Then Sami Zayn comes out and says, you must get into Money in the Bank and do not let Seth hold that briefcase. And Sami says, I lost my opportunity due to Seth. Don't lose yours because of him. This is getting really good. It's like everyone's going for the title, and it's a great way to show where we're going this summer. It's a chase to the top of the mountain, and we have to see who makes it out on top. Then we get some women division drama. Backstage, Liv and Raquel is talking strategy for Liv's match for Money in the Bank qualifier, the last spot, and Raquel's match later in the night. And Roxanne shows up and says, offering to help, like, hey, I can help you out, a girl can help a girl, and Liv says, no, you're gonna stay in the back. Raquel watch her so she doesn't mess with my match, walks off. Raquel and Roxanne is fighting in the back, arguing, and then she sees Io, and she tells Io, by the way, champ, that title's coming back to me. And Io says, like, you're gonna win Money in the Bank, and Liv says, just watch me, and walks off and gets ready for her match. This is good, and hopefully this means Io and Kyrie will go after the women's tag titles, because we don't really have a lot of women's tag teams, and I would want the women's tag titles to thrive. So I think this is a great way to, like, restart that division. So let's see where it goes. Guys, Stephanie Vaquer is on RAW. The La Luchadora is on RAW, and she made a statement. She was in the women's Money in the Bank qualifier match. Her versus Liv Morgan versus Ivy Nile. Let me say loud, Stephanie Vaquer is here and she's not playing. She came out of nowhere with a double crossbody, then a brutal devil's kiss, then dominated Liv. Liv hits her with the Bolivian. Ivy was suplexing like a beast, but at the end, Vaquer hits the SVP on Ivy to get the 1-2-3. Stephanie Vaquer just debuted and she punched her ticket into Money in the Bank. La Luchadora is coming for that briefcase and I am so ready for it. Then backstage, AJ Styles was getting ready for his Money in the Bank qualifying match later in the night. And, you know, Paul Heyman comes out and says, hey, you shouldn't compete for Money in the Bank. Go after Dominic Mysterio. Seth got it. And AJ's like, I'm not playing your game and I don't like being threatened. So try that again and see what happens. Now AJ is involved in the multi-man chase for the title. It's gonna get crazy. And then we got Rusev giving a promo saying that to Sheamus, I don't know why you came out and disrupted my match, but I came here to destroy the weakest links of WWE, so watch your back. And then we have Sheamus telling Alpha Academy, you have something that honors don't hurt. And then he does an interview and he says, I don't like people bullying other people. Plus, I don't know what happened to Rusev, but he's going to end quicker than Rusev Day because I'm going to stop him. I like this. Let's see where this is going. Hopefully it goes to SummerSlam. We have to wait to see. Then we got the Judgment Day versus War Raiders. It was a crazy match. New Day was watching on the outside. Iverick and Eric was just throwing each other on their opponents, using them as weapons. Finn Balor and JD got some advantage in. But the main talking point was Roxanne Perez coming in and helped Finn take the win. She's trying to get in Judgment Day. And let's see if it worked. Because Finn was pretty happy that he won due to Roxanne's help. Then we had Stephanie Vaquer doing an interview talking about her chances of winning Money in the Bank because she just qualified. And Rhea Ripley shows up being like, I've been watching you a lot on NXT. You're good, but I don't think you're good enough to beat Mommy. And then they just have a stare down. I would love to see a match with both of them soon. Inject that into me now. That match would be killer. And then Libre comes out and talks about her match with Becky Lynch for Money to Bank, and she's red hot on the mic, calling Becky Lynch a coward and a fake. Becky comes out, Libre cuts her off, saying that she's sick and tired of being Becky's second hand, being Becky's underling, no more. Becky says, you're just a 2.0 version of me. That makes Libre mad, so she just goes and attacks Becky, and then security needs to break them up. That match is going to be full of fire and tension, so watch out for that match. Then we get Jey Uso, Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The match was crazy. Breaker and Reed took most of the match, but Sami and Jey fought back with some super kicks and high flying spots. But Seth Rollins came in, hits a curse stomp on Jey, ends the match in a no DQ. They end up brawling, and CM Punk comes out with a chair for the save. And this will lead into the main event. And we will get to the main event later, but oh, what was a main event? Then we get a match of Raquel Rodriguez versus Kairi Sane. Raquel was using Kairi as a ragdoll, showing off her pure strength. And then, Liv was evolved. She did some dirty kicks and dirty punches on the corner and threw Kairi back in the ring, but Kairi had a lot of heart, like an underdog, fighting back stronger than ever. Liv tries to interfere again, but Io Sky comes out and beats her down, helping Kairi score the win. And Io and Kairi back together. The tag team gold is in their sights. Let's see that happen. Then we get the main event. The last spot for the Money in the Bank. So we got AJ Styles, CM Punk, and Americano. These three go hard out the gate. Punk and AJ team up against Americano, throw him out the ring, but other things go fast, back and forth action, near falls, a style class, a GTS, the crowned chin, and this is awesome. But then Seth's faction comes out, lay waste to Punk. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn comes to help. AJ Styles back in the ring, but Americano hits a headbutt to steal the win. So he's gonna go into Money in the Bank. Post-match, just pure destruction. Everyone is throwing hands. Seth group and Punk's group just go at it. Bodies are flying everywhere. This is insane. We don't know who's going to end up on top, and SmackDown just took it to a whole new level. We thought we was at a 10 out of 10. No, we went to a 10 to 1,000 with SmackDown. So let's get into that. We kick things off with SmackDown with Seth Rollins and his group coming out, talking about how he's going to win Money in the Bank and how he is going to change WWE for the better. But then the Bloodline shows up, and Solo and Seth says some stuff. Solo says, you're scared? Seth says, not really. Solo's like, oh, so you have your bootleg version of the Bloodline. You have bootleg Jimmy Uso and then bootleg Sami Zayn. And Seth says, isn't Solo your little dog? And then a stare down happens. And then after that, Jimmy Uso attacks JC Mateo for the match that they was going to have. And boy, was it a match. The match was straight up fire. Jimmy and Mateo came in hot with crossbodies. Mateo fought back with a suplex and a mean moonsault. Solo tries to interfere but backfires. Jimmy hits a roll up for the win because Mateo and Jacob Fatu gets in an argument. The Bloodline is about to denounced soon. And we will see that play on later in the night. Then we had Zelina Vega getting ready for her match, and then Giulia shows up. Vega says, I know you want this title, but it ain't coming off of me. Giulia says, you're fun, I like you. And then Vega goes into her match, and boy was it a match. Vega went in strong with a kendo stick and flying around like an anime hero, but Piper stopped that by slamming her against the ring post and then squishing her. But the main talking point was Giulia comes in and helps Vega win by putting Piper through a table. But after the match, Giulia attacks Vega and leaves her knocked out on the floor holding the US title. If this means we're getting a match at Evolution, please take my money. These two in a match will be so good. And then backstage, Jacob Fatu is walking. Damian Priest walks up to him and be like, I see what the family's doing. I had a family once in the Judgment Day and look how that turned out. But I'm not feeling sorry for you. After that whole situation, I'm still coming for the US title. And Jacob Fatu says, okay, you're the next person in a whole bunch of lines of other people that I'm going to beat. That's going to be a good match to come. Then we get the announcement of King and Queen of the Ring. Yes, the King and Queen tournament's back. The two finalists will face off at Night of Champions, and both people will main event night 1 and night 2. I think it's night 1 and night 2 of SummerSlam. And then we get an interview with Jade Cargill. She says she declares her name in the Queen of the Ring, and the Storm will be coming to take over. But Charlotte Flair shows up and she's like, baby, it's only one queen in the WWE, and it's the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Tiffany walks by and say, you guys have fun with that, and then walks in the ring to do a promo. This Queen of the Ring is getting so hyped already, and I can see Jade and Charlotte being the last two contenders, and that would be epic. Then Tiffany Stratton came out and talked about the Women's Money in the Bank and be like, you know what, at the end of the day, everyone is just going to be like Tiffy time. They're going to get the title, make that viral moment, but they cannot be like Tiffany Stratton because it's only one Tiffy time and she's on top. Then mommy Rhea Ripley comes out and be like, Tiffany, I never been in Money in the Bank because I always been champion. Now it's my first time doing it. I'm going to win, and I will be coming after you or EO, but no matter what, I'm getting a championship. And then Stephanie Vaquer comes out, and Alexa Bliss comes out, and then we have a 6-woman tag team match. Dream Max booking in the making. The 6-woman tag team match was good. Stephanie and Giulia brought the hardcore chain wrestling. Naomi tagged in, trying to steal Stephanie's moves, but Stephanie hits back with a double kiss, and then everyone else gets in the ring to get beat up. It was good back and forth. They try to keep people down. Giulia, Naomi, and Roxanne work well together, but halfway through the match, Naomi leaves Roxanne all to herself so she can get beat the hell up by Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, and Alexa Bliss for the win. What a match. And Money in the Bank is going to be so good with all these women in the ring. And I cannot wait. Then we got LA Knight and Aleister Black in a match. It was a good match, good back and forth. But the main talking point was Seth Rollins came out and pretty much beat LA Knight and Aleister Black up, making sure that LA Knight can maybe not compete in Money in the Bank. We have to see if LA Knight can make it to Money in the Bank. Then we have Bloodline drama. Mateo tells Solo, I cannot work with Jacob, he's too much. And Solo says, Jacob is a mindless body. He would listen to me. He would do whatever we want. We would put him in line. But Jacob overhears this, and oh my god, Jacob is going to turn any second, and I cannot wait. And then we get a tag team match with American Made versus Andrade and Benta, and boy was it a fast one. Benta and Andrade came in swinging, flying, hitting meteoras, drop kicks. Chad Gable tried to get involved, but El Nino comes in, beating up Chad Gable. And then out of nowhere, Benta wins with a Benta Destroyer. But the main talking point was Seth Rollins again comes out, beat up his opponents for Money in the Bank. Cody Rhodes come in, Seth leaves, and then we get the final segment leading into Money in the Bank. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso comes out, and they talk about the match at Money in the Bank against John Cena and Logan Paul. Cody says John Cena is pretty much a fake influencer. He's hanging out with the Twitch streamers, the YouTubers, the TikTokers, and Logan Paul is a wannabe wrestler. John Cena comes out, he doesn't say nothing, and then Logan Paul sneaks attacks. And then after, John Cena grabs the mic and be like, this is the last time you're going to see me in the ring as champion, because I'm the forever champion and Logan Paul will be the future star. And that's how we end SmackDown leading into Money in the Bank. It's crazy. Everyone is going against each other. Team-ups, breakups. At the same time, everyone is about to throw hands, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. So, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to share as well. But come on, guys. It's the summer of WWE. Everything is going to go all out. We have Evolution. We have SummerSlam. We have Great American Bash. Everything is coming together, and I cannot wait. So I will see you next time.